I lost $1 million trying to create a dream game. $1,137,000.00 to be precise. I've been grinding away for years. Each time success seems to be just around the corner. But instead, the project sank, budget went up in flames, and the dream stayed just beyond the reach. And I realized an important thing. Mistakes are not the end. Those failures taught me what works in game dev and what leads to flops. And now I'm ready to share the experience with you. By the way, my name is Tommy. Nice to meet you. I've been a producer at an outsourcing video game studio for over 10 years. We took a part in the development of Darksiders 3, Diablo 3, Doom Eternal, and Crucible. Meanwhile, I made lots of indie projects and tons of mobile games. I failed hundreds of times, but I always bounced back. Except that one time you accidentally deleted the source code of the project we sunk a fortune into. Hey, at least it cleared up some space on the hard drive. I always dreamed of making the game, you know, the dream game. We developed a real-time strategy, a mobile MMORPG, VR horror with innovative mechanics, rich gameplay and a huge potential. Surefire hits on the paper, but in reality, disaster! The projects got more complex. We aimed higher and we lacked of resources. We would start with cool ideas, then the ideas would run into problems. The problems would get too weighty and drag us into chaos. Every new idea would make it even worse. The rough versions of the games were snoozy. Publishers weren't hooked, they kept the money tight, and we closed the projects. Sounds familiar? You've been there too? Share your pain in the comments below. Why did we keep hitting one failure after another? We didn't know it back then. And now the answer is obvious. When you're working on a big project, you always want to make it way cooler. Add features, expand the world, load up mechanics. But every new idea makes things more complicated. Every new element needs time for execution, testing, polishing. But if the concept keeps changing, the work turns into chaos. In the end, the studio wastes effort, money, and time. The final stage keeps getting pushed back. Plus, the more complex a game is, the more bugs it has. And you need to detect and get rid of the bugs. It means using more resources and postponing the release date even further, maybe for good. I've been there. I lost time, money, and sanity. I saw cool ideas turn into dust. But I didn't just survive. I realized what really works. Here are 5 principles I discovered developing games. They really help you keep going, stay afloat in the game dev chaos, and get the game released. True experience, no bullshit. Focus on the game mechanic. That will be the center of your game. Focus on what makes your project unique, attractive, and clear for gamers right from the start. Core feature must be simple but deep, something players get instantly, yet keeps them hooked to keep exploring it. Core mechanics is the heart of the game. All other elements are built around it. Everything that develops and enhances the foundation shows the core feature in the new light. Guys, it's gonna be more complicated now, so focus. Secondary mechanics support the core feature functions. Progression gives the players a sense of growth, and narrative gives it all emotional depth by tying it all together. Let's take a concrete example instead. Say Vampire Survivors. Here, you don't even need to press buttons to attack. The hero does it himself. Instead, the player has other fun things to do. Their task is to maneuver, dodge enemies, and collect resources. Pure dopamine! This is core feature, the basis of game experience. It creates simple and addictive gameplay. The core feature of Reigns is choice and its consequences. The mechanic is really simple. All the player can do is answering yes or no, but each decision dramatically changes the hero's fate and how the plot unfolds. Any choice has its emotional value. The player feels responsible for their actions. The characters remember them. They change the world. The gamer gets immersed in the story. That's how really deep games are made. It's quick and easy to make such a mechanic. You can even manage it solo. You wanna make a cool game? Then look for ideas like this. Simple, but with a big potential. It helps you to get the project released without driving yourself mad over nonsense. Remember, the key to success is not scale, but a strong core feature. Join our Discord. There, we go over ideas, help each other with development, and create a truly chill community. So, when do you begin testing your game anyway? As soon as possible. Yep, even if you have a raw prototype. Playtests are the best way to see if idea even works. If you don't mess around but build core features, you can make a playable prototype in 2 months. This is when you invite players. Why? Because you'll see the game through their eyes, not yours. The testing will show which mechanics work and which need polishing. Portal's playtesting began in the first week of development. The team only had one unfinished level, temporary textures, and basic mechanics, but it still brought valuable insights. It brought what? Initial tests show important issues. The players didn't know what to do. It was hard to see the key objects, but the team quickly fixed the faults thanks to testing. Valve did testing every week. This helped, firstly, to build a perfect tutorial curve, secondly, to optimize level design, and third, come up with Goddess. The iconic villainess appeared thanks to player feedback calling for more emotion and context. So, testing is what turned game Portal into Portal we know.
Well done. Here come the test results. You are a horrible person. That's what it says. A horrible person. We weren't even testing for that.
The sooner you start playtest, the sooner you'll see what players really like. And what only you like! Right. You'll avoid mistakes, save your time and money, and above all, you'll make your game better. Testing turns good ideas into outstanding games. You think your game will be ready within a month? Not a chance! How about 3? This is not a pessimism. This is a fail-safe rule for your project. I can guarantee that each step of development will bring surprises. Bugs that harder to fix than creating a new game. Problems with optimization and balance. Testers' feedback that calls for polishing. External factors that will ruin the schedule. You know Fez, the creators planned to finish it in a year, but the puzzles were too hard, so they had to revise the key mechanics. In the process, they added tons of unnecessary elements. Little by little, the project ended up taking 5 years. Here's the witness. At first, Jonathan Blow intended a simple puzzle game, but complex visual effects, interactive environment, and hundreds of unique puzzles made development take 7 years. Add extra time right from the start. This isn't just playing it safe, but reasonable step. True. It gives your team time to fix mistakes and make a solid product.
Nice.
It will save your project and your nerves, and players will get what they really expect. Multiplayer is so lit! Until you start building it. This is a true nightmare for developers. If you want to work with multiplayer, I tell you, it will make your work way harder. Multiplayer at least doubles development time. Sometimes more, depending on genre, server configuration, player synchronization, network code optimization. They all need skilled hands and plenty of time. You still want to create multiplayer? Then go with the simple genre. For example, Lethal Company, Among Us, or Chained Together. They're real-world examples that prove multiplayer doesn't have to be complex to be fun. But if you're going for a tough genre, like shooter, RPG, or survival, think twice. More often than not, it's a doomed idea for a small team. You'll need complex server architecture. Anthem is a great example of multiplayer killing a promising game. Hats off to graphics. But no one was foolish enough to play it, because BioWare was too into multiplayer. As a result, what they managed to finish well was nothing. It all resulted in bugs, unfinished content, and repetitiveness. Long story short, forget about multiplayer. Multiplayer requires serious planning. If your team is small, stick to single player, or simplify multiplayer as much as possible. This way you'll save your time and sanity. I'm gonna be boring now, but it's important. No way! Boring, you! That's fishy! Always take the market into account. Your unique game may flop if you don't understand what people want. Research what's popular now, which genres are trendy, which mechanics players enjoy, what people actively discuss on social media. YouTube, TikTok, Twitter are a goldmine of ideas. You can always find what attracts the crowd in the comments, memes, and trends. Streamers and bloggers are especially important. These days, they play a big part in promotion. If your game attracts streamers and keep viewers hooked, it will quickly find its audience. If bloggers aren't interested in the game, it is dead for sure. Remember Among Us? The original Space Media style game came out in the mid-2080s, and no one was interested. Only 2 years later, during coronavirus lockdown, it was hyped on Twitch. By the end of the year, the number of players exceeded 500 million. Here's the magic power of streamers! So, create projects people want to watch, discuss, and try. The market teaches you through both wins and mistakes. How come some good games still failed? What let them down? Wrong release day? Boring gameplay? Maybe blogger boredom? Research it. Right, analyze the market and come up with your own ideas based on it. Make something unique but relevant. Balance originality with trends to stand out and stay close to the audience. The market is your main guide. Find out what players want and give it to them. Despite tons of failures and lost money, I keep creating games. Cause every try is +1 XP! Right, and +100 headache. It is hard. Mistakes are inevitable, but you can improve without them. If you got an idea, bring it to life. Open your engine, try, make mistakes, and improve. But don't forget those 5 principles we talked about. They'll help you stay out of chaos and release your game. But if you are in chaos, don't whine, redo and carry on. Thanks for watching till the end. In the next episode, I'll tell you how I made a horror game set in SCP universe in just 1 month. Subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss any videos. It's gonna be fun.